This is one you've been working hard on. This was really surprising. It was just 9 years ago, actually. A 20-year-old woman was killed just moments after asking for help.
Yeah, detectives say Amber Babson had just left a juke joint in Bladen-County. A memorial still sits on Pleasant Garden Road where she was found. What happened that night remains unsolved. As David Babson walks down Pleasant Garden Road near Bladenboro,
once a week to once to twice a month.
He holds on to memories of his youngest daughter, Amber.
She was very outgoing. She was fun to be around. She was just precious to us.
It's a path he's walked over and over for the last 9 years.
That's where it happened at.
That is where Amber was killed on September 14th, 2008.
On Saturday night, which would have been September the 13th or Saturday afternoon, she was at our home.
Babson says Amber decided to clean her car that day.
I was getting on her about it being so dirty. So she took it to the car wash and washed it.
Then he says Amber called him.
She said, "Daddy, you're gonna be so proud of me. You ought to see my car. It is so clean." And she said, "I'm about to carry the spare key to you." She never made it. She never come home.
Lieutenant Morgan Johnson with the Bladen County Sheriff's Office says Amber and some of her friends went out drinking that night.
Amber Babson met with some of her friends in Chadbourn. She went from there to a juke joint on Pleasant Garden Road in Bladen County.
The juke joint was in this trailer.
Around 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning, Miss Babson left.
Johnson says Amber decided not to ride home with her friends.
She got out of the vehicle with her friends and walked a period of distance.
He says she got to this house
and knocked on the door to ask for assistance from that lady.
Johnson says the woman called 911, but Amber kept walking down the road.
She was struck by someone and was killed there. Miss Babson was left for dead.
Then Johnson says another 911 call came in.
Another vehicle left the juke joint and was struck, ran over her, and then stopped and realized what had happened and then called law enforcement.
Later that morning, the coroner tracked down Amber's dad and told him what happened.
And I had to stand at the other end of this road knowing that was her under that sheet. And that's not a feeling that no parent should ever have to go through.
Johnson says detectives began looking for the driver of the first car.
We have no idea who might have been driving the vehicle, what the vehicle looked like. Law enforcement later located a burnt vehicle. I'm not sure if any leads came from that. I think that kind of ran dry.
But Johnson says someone out there knows what happened.
Someone somewhere knows who ran her over. Someone was there. Someone has said something to someone.
They just need that someone to come forward.
For someone to have a heart and at least they can call anonymously. They can call Bladen County Sheriff's Office. They don't have to give a name.
Meanwhile, Babson continues to walk this path, searching for the end.
It's closure.
The end of a road he never wanted to be on.
We realize she's not coming home. We just want to know what happened that morning.
A road that for now remains unsolved. If you know anything, please contact the Bladen County Sheriff's Office to see this story and other unsolved cases in the Cape Fear. Go to waytv3.com/unsolved after the show.
Wow, it's devastating to see a parent have to talk like that.
Yeah, and if you notice, the memorial that's been there for 9 years still looks almost new. They go and keep up with it. He visits it once or twice a month.
It's not fascinating, it's sad that she was actually in a place where she was trying to get help and then just moved on and just...
And that's kind of one of the things detectives don't really know why she kept walking, that kind of thing. So
yeah, that sounds very suspicious.
Yes.
That does not add up, you're right.
All right, well, don't go anywhere just yet.
And we've got a last look at the stories everyone will be talking about today, plus your weather and traffic right after this.